I just saw Stranger Things, and I really enjoyed it. And unlike other shows from Netflix where I have felt average or completely left out, I think this is one of the few shows I have felt very attached to, mostly due to the execution of the narrative. It's really impressive to see what the show has accomplished. Something that concerned me about the series when I saw the trailers was that I didn't know what its main core audience was. Were they trying to aim towards an adult audience or a young audience? Surprisingly, it's both, and that's pretty satisfying. The show has many good characters, who aren't the cookie cutter or cliched type you would see in a horror film. The kids in the show have chemistry, and make a lot of the scenes work, which is very rare with child actors nowadays. We know a writer also does a fantastic job as a mother looking for answers, and the kid that plays Elle delivers a lot of good moments without much dialogue. Most of the characters are very likable. Even Steve, who starts off as a jerk, but later redeems himself by the end of the story. But personally, my favorite choice is Hopper. Hopper is the most smartest and badass cop for a show. He is committed to his job, he's always looking for answers, and would even go as far as taking risks just so he can find even more answers. Hopper would easily solve a murder in a matter of 2 hours than the whole cast from Scream. The show's cinematography is really great, notably the first 3 episodes, and it gives it a very filmic look in a lot of shots. The show really captures the 80s feel and sets it up as its atmosphere, but it also reminds you of the old Lucas and Spielberg type of films from the 80s, something that older audiences would enjoy. Now for the bad. It's hard for me to say something negative about the show, but there are a few problems I had, some which are mostly just nitpicks of mine. Barbara is a character that appears in the show and is friend of Nancy, one of the protagonists, and that's basically just everything she does. And basically that's it. She just appears and later disappears for reasons that I will not explain because, spoilers. But anyways, she isn't brought up again until the last episode where we see that the character didn't really add much to the story. Maybe if she was cut, the story would flow the same way, with very minor differences. I'm just saying, Also, there was a scene in episode 7 where they used a green screen, and it was laughably bad. Like, the lighting and motion is off and the subject just looked like he wasn't even there. Seriously guys, you couldn't even use wires? I've seen lower budget productions with better green screen than this. By the way, remember when I said most of the characters were likable? Well, the rest are just jerks. And I mean specifically teenagers, except for Nancy, Jonathan, and even Steve, who became insufferably annoying. I really hated those characters so much that I was hoping they would die in the final episode. But I guess that was maybe left for season 2, probably. I mean, if there is a season 2, unless it's time. Wait, what? There isn't?
Well, what the hell am I supposed to do now?
Whether it's an old audience or a younger audience, you will enjoy the show. Although it's dependent on the nostalgic factor, it's still entertaining. This show is very solid on many points, and for that I personally give it a 9.5 out of 10, just simply because, it's a really strong show, but it does have a few issues here and there, but you'll enjoy it either way.